10 people have died and 4 others are said to be missing following flooding in the Eastern Cape. In recent days, we've seen Mother Nature wreaking havoc in several parts of the country. Heavy rains have washed away homes and caused billions of rand in infrastructure damage. Cooperative Governance MEC Zolile Williams has given an update on the extent of damage in the Eastern Cape. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda, following the developments there, is joining us now this hour on Today for the latest update. Good afternoon, Ronald. Do we have any idea of how much this rain, this wet weather has been affecting the province?
Well, for now, Bradan, at least 4.5 billion rand will need to be set aside in order to ensure that things return to normal, because what has taken place here since the 8th of February is that we've heard of so many flooded areas. At least 6 districts have been affected. Bridges have been destroyed, roads and other infrastructure also destroyed. In Komani, for example, there were 2 very severe floods in this month alone, where over 1,000 people were left displaced with their homes stripped away. We also saw images of flooding within a private hospital in Komani. And one of the issues in Komani is the issue of the lack of infrastructure to try and, control these floods, because stormwater drainage systems there are also in an appalling state. But one of the worst, or the worst affected area that we can report on is Coffee Bay, where at least 6 people were reported missing on Friday. 2 bodies have now since been recovered, that of 2 girls, one aged 4 and the other 6 years old. We also understand that a school in the area has also been swept away. We heard from the Kotte MEC Zolile Williams, and he had this to say.
The preliminary figure for roads and bridges affected is estimated at 4.5 billion. And this doesn't include all other infrastructure, especially water and sanitation infrastructure, that was also damaged. The estimated cost for human settlements stand at 420 million for all the affected houses. So far, regrettably, we've lost 10 people, and 4 are still missing, and our police divers are working hard to search and recover the bodies of the deceased, and would like to send a message of condolences to all the affected families who lost their loved ones.
There's a very big loss of life, as well as, of course, damage to infrastructure. Ronald, how is the province dealing with all of this?
Yeah, so today's press briefing, we also were told that quite a number of organizations are assisting with relief efforts. A Gift of the Givers was here. They are heading to Coffee Bay as we speak. We also heard how the Human Settlements Department has set aside around 420 million rand to build temporary homes for over 1,600 families who lost their homes during the flooding. We also heard that the SANDF will also be approached in terms of providing temporary bridges which have been affected in many parts of the province. Now, this is what the Kotte Minister, or MEC rather, had to say.
Various government departments, including the police, traffic services, emergency services, divers, and NGOs like the Gift of the Givers, and some political parties have been on the ground to assist distressed communities with groceries, mattresses, school uniforms for kids, and various important goods and facilities to assuage their situation. Construction of temporary shelters is ongoing, and road construction for alternative routes is underway, although we are overwhelmed due to the number of roads that must be attended to, and our own available financial resources cannot cope with the existing demand. The Department of Education will arrange catch-up plans to accommodate lost time for all the learners that are affected by the disaster.
That's the MEC there for cooperative governance in the Eastern Cape, Zolile Williams, ending that update from Ronald Masinda.